How's it going, guys? Eric Tyler here. Just thought I'd do a bit of a stream early on. And my phone, man, my phone volume's still up on my phone. That's unprofessional, isn't it? Let me turn that sucker down. How about that? Yeah, I think it's okay. Cool. Alright, so let's see what's up in Harvest today. We have Sandy. Hello, so you're all ready to go out into town, Speedy? I think tomorrow... Is tomorrow the first day of fall? I think tomorrow is the first day of fall. Sure feels like fall out there right now. I think it's like under 70 out there. It's like upper 60s where I'm at. So that's pretty legit. It feels like pretty much like fall. Oh, we got some mail. I wonder who it's from. Let's see here. Okay. Probably from the museum, huh? Yeah, from the museum. Sorry. Glitching out on me again. Totally glitching out on me again. Glad it's doing that for me today. Because last night went swimmingly. Last night went so swimmingly. So dinosaur track. Why no bones? Why no bones? Triceratail. So we just need a skull now. For the Triceratops. Damn, I've got like 3 dinosaur tracks. What's up with that? So now that makes 3 dinosaur tracks I found. Let's go ahead and put that there. Okay, or just over there, that's fine. We'll probably try to figure this out a little better. Oh, that's right, we can do KK tonight. Maybe we can get a good song out of it. How about that? Dirt model. That's really weird. I wonder if you can reorder that. I'll frickin' sell that because it's getting annoying to me. Any notices? Fall Sports Fair. Schedule of events. 9/11/13. Stuff's going on today? Oops. We'll go check it out. Evidently, Admiral's not too interested in it because he'd be down there right now. And again, a plane going over the house. Very low. This is getting obnoxious. Sorry. Don't know why it's doing this. Let me try to exit out of a few things in my comp. Sometimes that does it. Okay. We'll see if that does it. I may have figured out the problem just now. Anyway, let's see what we got. Let's go, I guess, to the fountain. I guess is where it usually is, isn't it? Yeah. And yeah, it's gonna be a fossil. It's always gonna be a fossil, let's just face it. Always gonna be the fossil. Or maybe the fall sports fair isn't going on today and that was just a sick, twisted lie. Probably was, because I'm not seeing anything. How about that? Let's talk to Sandy. Sorry, moving the mic there a little bit. Don't you think writing letters? Okay. So, do you need help or not? I guess not. Let's see if there's anything lost. Nothing here. Well, see, he would know when the fall sports fair was, wouldn't he? Any goings on? The fortune teller will be here tomorrow. So Katrina will be here tomorrow. Oops. Oh my God, don't do that to me, Nibbles. Just don't, please. It's not very nice to do to me. Nice. Good. Ugh. God, that sucks. Why can't you just... It's almost more obnoxious to pick up the money. I have to admit. Yeah, I think I know why this is starting to act up on me sometimes in the stream. It's when I have Facebook running. What? Hell yeah, dude. So that means he's going to have a better store tomorrow. Well, that sucks for me, but at least that means we'll have a better store. See if Buck's still mad at me from the other day. Oh my God, that's fine. Maybe this stream will last 10 minutes. How about that? Oh. Maybe that's what I should stream tonight. Maybe I shouldn't do Zelda. Maybe I should do this. Go see KK. But there's not much else to do, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Can't sell anything. Oh my God, how many... Dump it. Dump it in the dump. Alright, here we go. Gotta get rid of some of these letters. Hope you guys are doing well out there today. It's a rainy day in my hometown, so I thought a little bit of Animal Crossing might be in order. Let's get some of these fossils out of her pocket, huh? I hope they understand my letter. Just an exclamation point, that's fine. There we go. So Nook is remodeling today, so that is kind of a bummer. So I am in, I live in Indiana, southern part of Indiana. So my hometown in terms of Animal Crossing, though, is named Harvest. How you doing, Angel Torment? We're just mailing these fossils out. I'm not sure what happened, but like, there's a whole system going through our area where it's gonna rain for like a week. So Animal Crossing, like I say, is probably a good way to pass the time, in my books. Oh wow, that's incredible. Thank you. That was yeah, I did that. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was a video that I did quite a while ago. That's amazing that you found this because of that. I'm actually very happy about that. Yeah, it's we were in a very small school, and that was one of the coolest things I ever had happened to me, actually. And it kind of grew my love for Japanese culture, and I don't know, it really affected me. Like I said, we kind of grew up in a very rural town, pretty much a lot of farmland, and not many people around my school really gave any kind of credence to somebody from Japan, and I thought it was the most amazing thing ever because, again, I liked video games and Pokemon and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's incredible that you saw that video. It's a fairly popular one, and I'm really happy that it got some views. YouTube was never really my thing, but very cool that you enjoyed that. So thank you. But yeah, it was Pokemon's always had a near and dear place in my heart, as I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Got Goldie here. I did not oversleep. Actually, if I'm being honest with you, I went to an eye appointment today. I needed glasses for like 5 years. Found out I had astigmatism, so I definitely didn't oversleep. I was at the optometrist. But yeah, that was kind of an odd thing to be told. But my dad has it, so genetics, I suppose. So yeah, Nook's closed today, so there's not much to do. I can't sell anything, so fishing won't do me any good. Catching bugs won't do me any good. I'm thinking about streaming another game, if people would be down to clown with that. But let's try to rearrange our house. Oh wow, okay. It's not fun, as you well probably know. I always just thought that it was maybe, maybe I just needed glasses or something. I didn't realize it was astigmatism, but it's more common than I thought it would be. I think online it said I used Uncle Google for it, but I think like 3 million people a year get diagnosed with it, which is pretty common. I'm glad that it's not, it wasn't anything worse, but definitely not a fun thing. But everybody else in my family has glasses, so it was one of those things. I knew it was only a matter of time. I think what we're going to try to do, I want to get the full Triceratops going on in this house. We're trying to make the house into a kind of a spooky museum, if that makes any sense. So this guy goes up with the spook, and this is kind of the museum part of it. Yeah, astigmatism is it's so weird. My left eye is the one that's giving me fits, and I'm very nearsighted in it, and I just kind of dealt with it all my life, and I finally got off my butt and went to see about it, and I'm pretty glad I did. So, are you a longtime fan of Animal Crossing, Angel, or are you a just tuning in? I decided to go back to the GameCube one because of all the Smash news lately. I figured people might. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had all that stuff, didn't I? Oh man. But I figured there'd be some people out there wanting to see some Animal Crossing goodness. I don't know what to do with all these shells. Let's just drop some of these off, huh? There we go. And then hit our door with a shovel. Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. I completely agree with you. I think that's kind of why I like it too. It's just one of those chill kind of games where you don't really have to worry about anything. There's no competition or, I don't know, it's just kind of nice. You're absolutely right. I just kind of imagine going over to somebody's house and they have an entire Triceratops fossil inside of their house, and that takes up a third of their entire floor space. It's pretty crazy. All I need is the head, but it's gonna look kind of weird until I get a head on this thing. But yeah, we got a cicada right here. We have a butterfly. We have a spider. We got these gentlemen over here. I like this one the most. He's creepy, but at the same time, you know, he's kind of cool. He's pretty creepy though. See, I really like this clock. I'm a fan of Disney's Haunted Mansion ride. I don't know why. When I went to Disney a few years back, we don't go. I've only been twice in my entire life, but which I feel lucky to have been once. But I really like the Haunted Mansion, and that clock reminds me of the Haunted Mansion. So we're keeping that. Tell you what, let's do this for right now. It looks atrocious, but Thanks for tuning in this afternoon, by the way. Disney World. Disney World is the only one I've been to, but Disneyland, they have the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff going on at, and I tell you what, it is, that looks really cool. I wish they would bring that to Florida side. Is that a? That's not the way to say it, is it? To Florida. How about that? My fiance is a huge. She's a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, and she's devastated because she's like, "Oh, I want to go there." And I think they also have it in Tokyo, Disneyland or Disney World. I can't remember what they call that one, Disneyland or World. Probably World. I don't know what to do in this. I should probably stream another game alongside this too today. Let's go check out the Able Sisters while we talk here. Oh, I thought that you could. In other games, you can kind of get to know them. I guess maybe in this one you can't. That's unfortunate. She's cool. She's my fave. But yeah, Haunted Mansion is like, oh man. I've always kind of liked spooky stuff. And it's not like, I don't know, it's just the perfect blend of like, I don't know, it's just, I can't explain things today, can you tell? It's a great blend of like Disney imagination along with just enough of a spook where it's like, oh man, that's so cool. I just like the aesthetics of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. She wants a letter, evidently. That's all she ever talks about when I say, do you need help, Sandy? And she goes, well, write me a letter. I'm definitely not getting the perfect town rating. I can tell you that. I'm not going to get that golden max. That ain't going to happen. I wish, but it's not in the cards. Yeah, it's weird. They do kind of have a crossover. You're right, Angel. Where they'll have some merchandise where they just kind of sneak it in. I wish they had more of a Nightmare Before Christmas presence at Disney World. I don't know, just like a ride or something. Like I feel like they overlook it in terms of how huge of a movie that was. I mean, in general. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it always kind of gets forgotten. But so many people love it, and it's a great movie, in my opinion. I'm just kind of walking around, I gotta admit. I'm sorry. It's probably not that interesting to watch, but I'm having fun chatting, so that's what I like doing. So the other day, I did get a fishing rod. It took me a few days to get the fishing rod, but like I say, I can't sell them, so I don't know what I can do because Nook's remodeling today, and so tomorrow he's gonna get the bigger shop. So yeah, you were talking about the channel and everything. Like that's that was fun. I've gotten into Twitch really a lot lately. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. They do it pretty early. You're absolutely right. So I assume that you go to land then, because like man, I wish they would bring that over to Florida. I think it's really cool. But I could see where people who usually go at that time just want to see the actual mansion. I didn't think about that, but you make a good point. That would be kind of weird. Man, nobody in this town. They don't want my help. Sweet. I've never been out west myself. The furthest out west I ever went was like when I was about 5, and I went to Texas with my family one time. And I just remember we went in the summer, and it was one of the hottest places I'd ever been in my life. And needless to say, I was a little grumpy. Being 5 years old and really hot. But and I didn't know any of the relatives we went to visit. But that's about as far west as I've been. And I've never been on a plane either, so that's kind of a bad thing. When we went to Florida, we drove twice. And man, that takes, from where I'm at, it's a good, I mean, it's almost a day to get there. So I think next time we're definitely going to fly, but it's so expensive. I mean, Disney's expensive anyway, but flying out there would be a little bit more too. Why did I do that again? Oh, I forgot to put the other stuff down. I can do that. We can remodel the house for a while we talk. I know I just said that a while ago, but I forgot to put out some other stuff. Yeah, I love Haunted Mansion. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I think pretty much everybody likes those two rides, though. I gotta admit, they're just classics. They're incredible. I even thought about doing. They made a Haunted Mansion game for the PS2 back in the day, and I loved it. And I was like, well, not the game, but I loved the ride. And I was like, I wonder what the game would be like. Could I stream the game? And man, it is. It's something else. It's not that great. And it has almost nothing to do with the ride. There's not any of the music. There's just, and I was just like, I don't want to do that. I'll tell you what, man, this house is becoming really, really messed up. Well, I don't have the head for the dinosaur, but I do have the grandfather clock. But yeah, I want to do something for October on Twitch. I don't really know what, but yes, exactly, Angel. I totally am with you on that. You make a good point. You could tell that they tried, but it just wasn't quite there, you know? Let's see if we can find somebody to help. She wants a letter. I don't really feel like writing a letter. Who haven't we asked? We haven't asked Blueberry yet. Where's Blueberry at? There's Blueberry. Well, dang. Let me see here. I'm still getting the layout of this town. I've only had the town for I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days, but I still am just not very good at finding my way around. I gotta level with you. It's if you ever want to study with me. Cupcake. Okay, I think Cupcake was just like down the lane here. Okie dokie. Is she down here? Okay. No, she's not at her house. Well, crap. We're gonna have to find her, huh? Don't know where she went. I saw her a while ago. I swear to you, I saw her a while ago, but I gotta tell you, speaking about Disney World, like, I never really was that big of a Disney guy, and then my fiance and her family, they were like, hey, do you want to go? And I was like, reluctantly, I was like, yeah, I guess so. And after I left there, I saw how much attention to detail they put into stuff, and I immediately came home and I was like, I need to see every Disney movie that was ever made. I need to see Aladdin. I need to see Dumbo. And it was just, it really just makes you realize that they do put a lot of work into what they do, and it's very impressive. It made me into a fan, I gotta admit. Not that I hated Disney before or anything, but I wasn't familiar with, some of the older movies, and yeah, it was very cool. Sorry, I know watching this right now, just me walk around, is probably pretty boring, but there's not much I can do in this game. The old GameCube version doesn't have a lot you can do, and because Nook is not open, I can't sell things, so that makes fishing and doing the bugs pointless. I don't know what I can do. I guess I could write that one villager a letter, huh? Again, I still don't know my way around. There was a game also, I thought about streaming on the original Nintendo, the NES. I think recently, I think I'm gonna get a cam soon to show my mug. But I don't know when they'll do that. I think the most recent video I did was, man, I think I put it on private because it was awful. I tried too hard on a few of my videos. It was one of these time periods where it was like, but yeah, I'll probably get a cam soon. Actually, that's in the cards because I know a lot of people enjoy that, so they like seeing people's face, so or faces. So I think I'm gonna do that pretty soon. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. It's very relaxing. It's like taking a walk outside. I mean, obviously, that's kind of the game, but like, but what I mean is, yeah, the music is amazing. I've always liked the music. I always thought the music was cool. And this one specifically, like when this came out, I was probably 13-ish. I think I was in 7th grade when this came out, around 2001, 2002, and I remember it was like, it changed my life. It was, you know, growing up and being like 13 in high school, it's not a very fun time. So I would use this to kind of relax after a long day. When I should have been doing homework, I was playing this game. But again, this one's pretty limited in scope, particularly the GameCube one. You just can't do that much. It's brilliant, but compared to like the newer ones like New Leaf on the 3DS, and stuff like that, it's pretty, you know, it's pretty limited in scope. They did a lot with New Leaf, and then they just recently announced the one for Switch, obviously, which is, I think everybody's gotten excited about, which, I mean, me included. I love the Animal Crossing, but I kind of wanted to see tonight, KK, if you're familiar, the dog that plays guitar is going to be here. I think he shows up at like 8, I want to say, on Saturdays, and he sits right there. And I thought about hopping on, but I don't think I could make a stream out of that. I do stream Ocarina of Time at night around, I don't know, I don't have a set schedule yet. I've just started on Twitch, but I think usually around, yeah, KK Slider, exactly. You're absolutely right. I think around like 8 or 8:30 or 9. Yeah, you're right, Angel. I think it is like 8 to 12. I think that's when he shows up. Totally, I think you're right. And then they had the e-reader cards. I don't know if you're familiar or you remember the e-reader stuff, but that was wild. Where you could go in here and you could go to that little... Yeah, that's true. I am a kind of an Animal Crossing purist. You're right. Yeah, you make a good point, because a lot of people they do mess with it, but there's something about it. I feel guilty every time I do it. You know, it's you make a good point though. Sorry, a glitch in my streaming system. Every once in a while, it'll give me a little fit like that. I apologize. But yeah, I always feel guilty if I do it. It's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't let my animal people down. But yeah, you could go up here with the e-reader and scan these little cards. They had barcodes on them. And I was talking about it yesterday, I think, during a stream. And you could actually get some rare items, and you could just sit there and farm them. My music is on... you can find it actually on Spotify. If you search Eric Tyler on Spotify. There's an album up right now that is called Dark Diamond, and that is my latest record that I made. So that's you can find it also on iTunes as well. Any kind of service where you can find music, they're on there. I only have the recent one on there right now, but I actually got a little bit of recognition for that, and a pretty big publication around here. So I was very happy about that. I've been doing it for a long time, so it it finally seems like it's paying off after over a decade of doing it. So it's pretty cool. I play out and stuff like that, and people enjoy it. So that's why I do it. That's kind of what I do to pay the bills, which isn't a steady job. It's sort of like being a mercenary. People call you and they want to set up dates and stuff like that where you play. So it's not a steady job, but it's good enough. While I'm looking for a proper job after finishing college here. So got a degree in biology, BS in biology. So I'm currently trying to find a DNR position, Department of Natural Resources, where I could be outside and doing stuff like that. Sweet. I appreciate that. Hopefully you like it. What kind of bands are you? What kind of bands are you into? I tend to listen to, and again, there it goes. It's glitching out on me again. Sorry. It's done that about 5 times during this stream. I do apologize. But I listen to just about anything. I'm not so keen on like new country. I like some rap, but not all of it. But other than that, I like pretty much anything from classical to, heck, I don't know, just about literally anything. Music's kind of my life, so. I don't know what I would consider my own stuff, though. That's kind of a thing that I leave people to do. I don't know, but yeah, if you care to give it a listen to it, and let me know what you think. Very cool to know that people are out there listening. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just walking around. All right, I tell you what. Let's shake some trees. Okay, I've heard of a few of those bands actually. I've heard of a few of those groups. And I'm glad that there isn't any glitches. That's good. It stops for me. The stream stops, and it gives me this little like dialogue box. So I'm glad it doesn't stop for anybody else. That way I'll know not to call it out in the future. I've heard of Django, or Django, however you want to say it. I've heard of Tool. I've very much heard of Tool. I think I've heard of Temples. Desert Days, nice. I haven't been, if I'm being honest with you, I've not been to many festivals. I missed one. Jack White was going to be at a festival one time, and I'm pretty partial to the White Stripes, and I like his solo stuff too. But he was going to be headlining a festival, and I missed my opportunity. Oh, well, I had an opportunity and I didn't take it, so I kicked myself in the butt for that a lot. But for me, nice. It's always nice to go see one of your favorite bands. Like it's a cathartic experience. Honestly, one of my favorite bands is Radiohead, and obsessively Radiohead, and I got to see them. Luckily, I got to see them because they don't come around very often to smaller cities or anything like that. But I got to see them. I think back in July, and that was an experience. That was a bucket list type of a thing. So that's very cool. So definitely here, I'm gonna stop this little dude from making noise, but yeah, that's always a great experience. Always a great experience. I don't know. Do you know if you know Gorillaz? I love Gorillaz. I love Blur, British band. The cicada's going off now. I like the White Stripes. I like I said, Radiohead. I love. I listen to a bit of Jimi Hendrix. Gosh, I listen to just about anything, so it's really hard for me to pin it down to like a certain number of people. Oh man, you're lucky to see Gorillaz. That's one of my final ones that I wanna go see. But yeah, Foo Fighters and the Strokes. Yeah, man, both of those bands are amazing. I went through a period where all I did was listen to the Strokes, but I'm only familiar with like their first 2 records. Gorillaz, I obsessed over them when I was younger, and I still do to a certain extent. but yeah, Foo Fighters are amazing. Dave Grohl is a heck of a guy. Yeah, Radiohead was, I will tell you, it was a great experience. He was the whole band was into it. The crowd was into it and respectful, and I didn't have any negative experiences. Sometimes you go see people and get bumped into and all that stuff, but no, everybody was really super cool, and you could tell the band was into it, and it was actually one of the best concerts I'd ever been to in terms of just comfort. Radiohead do come around California pretty often, though, so you might get a chance. I know Tom York, lead singer. I don't know how familiar you are, but the lead singer did a soundtrack recently, and I think he's touring for that pretty soon. Yeah, I've never been out to California, but a lot of bands go there. I'm always very jealous because they always go on the coasts. They go to East Coast, West Coast. So they're like, don't forget about us in the middle here in the U.S. Stuck in the middle. I'm gonna try to catch a bee. Probably gonna get stung though. Yeah, Radiohead. I could talk about them all day, so I won't. But they were a huge influence. Radiohead and Gorillaz are probably my 2 biggest influences. I love a band named Röyksopp, and I don't know of many people who know that band, but I know I met somebody one time and they were like, "I would really like Röyksopp," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I think they're from Iceland, and really amazing synth. Yeah, I always get super jealous because it's always like, well, one of these amazing bands are here, but they're only going to California or New York. It's like, dang it. In Florida, every once in a while they'll go down south. Röyksopp, here, I'll type it because it's like really weird, and I think there's a special. Hold on a minute. That's how you spell it. It's really neat. It's really kind of moody, atmospheric, and also sometimes up-tempo. It kind of depends on what song you're listening to and what record it is, but man, they've got some nice sounds coming from. I love the analog synth sound, and they definitely deliver on that. Their record Melody AM, I think, was their first record, and that is just, man, it's so moody and atmospheric. Man, it's so great, in my opinion. A good starter song from them. That's a really good question. Wow. Eple is good. EPLE, off the first record, Melody AM. That's a really good song. Man, what is it? Remind Me, I think, is the name of it. It was on a Geico commercial, the Geico Caveman commercial. I don't know if you remember the one where they were going down the airport thing, and that's actually where I first heard of them, was that song that was playing in the background, and that was Remind Me. And if you hear that, it might remind you of that commercial. But man, it kind of belittles their work to just be like, yeah, they were in a commercial one time. So I hate saying that, but like, that's how I figured out about them. So, but all of their records are just really good. You got to be in the right mood, you know how it is. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say you probably know what I'm talking about. And that was a really good commercial. I think it was the one where he went past the sign or whatever. He was like, "Oh, come on." Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah, you got it. That was pretty genius. But yeah, I would recommend anything off Melody AM. The second record's kind of hit or miss. I think it's called The Understanding, I think is what it's called. And that to me, it was kind of hit or miss, but their album Junior and their album Senior, both of those are really good. And they're meant to be kind of a complementary thing where one's a little darker and one's a little brighter, sort of like, you know, old and young. And that was really cool. I enjoyed those a lot. I like Daft Punk too. That was another band that I got into pretty heavy for a while. Discovery is just one of the best electronic records ever made. If you're into that kind of a thing, I think, in my opinion, humble opinion, it's hard to beat that. I haven't really, speaking of music, I haven't really heard many new bands lately. I kind of go through phases where I listen to a lot of music and then I just kind of need the peace and quiet, you know. I don't know if other people get like that, but there's just times where I just kind of need to chill, and music sometimes doesn't calm me down as much as it should. So I kind of go through these phases where I'll listen to a lot of music and then I won't. But Spotify's made it like super, super nice. And I know that artists don't get paid a lot from that, but it's a really great way to find new music. Man, if I could catch that butterfly, it would be really great. I tell you what, let's donate some stuff. We might as well do that to the museum. Are you into in the vinyl scene with like vinyl records and stuff? Anymore, when a new record comes out from a band that I really like, I might as well just get it on vinyl. I like the sound. It's really warm and nice, and it's about the same price as a CD anymore, so heck. Or buying it digitally, you know. I kind of like having the physicality of it. It's kind of cool. Cicadas. What can one say about these odd insects? They are certainly noisy. Caterwauling. Is that how you say that? Caterwauling. Their horrid caterwauling is awfully irritating, you know. About as musical as a train wreck. I'm sure that cicadas have quite the valid reason for being such boisterous behavior, but I dare say there are limits. And they have those membranes on their abdomens which vibrate to create those disturbing tones. Odious. Another word, odious. I learned a lot of words from Animal Crossing when I was younger. The only time I stopped listening to music was when one of my brothers... Oh, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. I danced out of pain. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm sorry to hear about your brother, though. That's definitely tough. I actually lost my mother about 2 years ago, and that was a hard time. So I completely understand how that feels to kind of lose that need. But yeah, I'm with you. Music is one of those things where it can kind of heal you sometimes, kind of calm you down, kind of make you, I don't know. You're right. It's for all emotions. Absolutely right. I think that's what's so powerful. It's a universal language, definitely. And that's one of the powers. That's the powerful part of music. Everybody can tap their feet, It's kind of one of those universal things that kind of brings everybody together, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. Butterflies are beautiful, yet moths are monstrous. That's not true. They're both beautiful in my eyes. But I like bugs, so... Truly horrific. Let's go ahead and donate some of these things, because we got duplicates, we might as well. The thing about vinyl is there's a lot of upkeep. Vinyl records, like, you can... They're really warm and nice, and that's the way I like to listen to music. But... Yeah, you're right, Angel. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. That's very true. Yeah, when we're born, we already have a rhythm, don't we? Well, I didn't mean to actually hit that. Dang it. Sorry, Blathers, you're going to be disappointed in me. I already gave you... I have 2 dinosaur tracks in my pocket, and I gave you one of them, Blathers. Yeah, upkeep on vinyl is... It's not, like, terrible, but, like, your needle will, you know, it'll wear out over time and all that, so... There's a bit of upkeep, but... Anymore, like, you can get a vinyl record and you know, it'll come with a download code, so most of the time I just go heck with it, and, you know, if I want it, you know, the availability of digital, I'll still get vinyl, because, like I say, most of the time they come with that little download code, and that way I can have it on the PC if I need it, or on the phone, or you name it. I'm still terrible at finding my way around this town, I gotta admit. And the bugs just keep flying in the water. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. So over time, the needle on the vinyl record player will wear down just from use. Even though they're diamond tipped, got little diamonds. They still wear down after a while. It's pretty wild that just as something as simple as, you know, as hard as diamond can actually still wear down over time. Pretty neat. But I think, unfortunately, this is about all I could do. I may actually come back on to stream some games tonight. I hate to leave, but there are a few things I got to do, actually. Oh, got you. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, most of them have like a little, sometimes you got to search for it. They don't really make it well known, but they'll include like a little card with like a code on it, and you can go to a website and actually download the whole thing. So that's pretty cool. So that way they kind of cater to both the people who want it digital and people who want it analog, and it's nice. Not all of them do, but most of the time they do. But, like I say, I'll probably be on, I know you're being in California, it's a different time zone. I'm on Eastern time, so I would say, I think, is California Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken? I think eBay is on Pacific time, and it always threw me off. But Eastern time, I usually get on around like 8:30 or 9, and... I appreciate that. But I'll be on tonight. Probably, I think I'll be on. I can't make any promises, but if all things go according to plan, I'll probably be on 8:30 tonight Eastern time, and be playing some Ocarina of Time. Yeah, okay, Pacific. Yeah, sweet. So Eastern time, 8:30 tonight. I'll be back on, and I have to say it was really great talking to you. And thanks for hanging out. A lot, Angel. I really do appreciate that. We're trying to grow the Twitch channel, so very cool that you found us from the YouTube channel. That means a lot. So I will.
Thanks to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the follow there. I think that's what it was. I think that was the sound clip I had. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow. That means a lot, honestly. Like I say, we're trying to grow the channel, and you're helping make it happen. So thanks for hanging out with us. And like I say, come back tonight, and maybe we'll stream some Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But again, great talking to you, Angel Torment, and glad you stopped by. And I will talk to you very soon.